Hello, students and parents. Mr. Rees back with you again. And in this video, we're going to be working our way through a lesson so you as parents and you as students can see how I have designed these lessons to work. And hopefully, if you're a little bit confused now on what you should be doing after watching this video, you as students will have a better idea of what you should be doing, and you as parents will have a better idea of what you should be guiding your students to be doing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start in Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and pull up second period. So all students will have their math class. And even though things are a little bit differently for Math 8 and for IM1, it's going to be very similar to this. So if you go to the Classwork tab, you will see that I've got it divided up at the top. I've got a lot of helpful videos. When you see DL unit, that tells you, okay, this is the work for distance learning we're doing. And the DL assessments, these are the quizzes and the tests that we will be taking. So I'm going to go ahead under, as you can see, we just have this first lesson because we're just getting started. So when you have this lesson, the lesson, of course, has a title. In this case, circumference of a circle. I tell you the corresponding textbook lesson. There will probably be a few lessons that won't have a textbook lesson that goes with it, but most of them will. And then I've picked out some key problems from the lesson in the book, as these are the types of problems that you should know how to do. Sometimes Khan Academy and IXL tend to focus a little more on some of the basic skills, whereas the textbook will dive in and do a little more problem solving. So I strongly encourage you at some point in this process to go through each of these problems. Okay, and then you'll see here, I've got videos. So anytime you see something like this, these are the online videos. There also might be Khan Academy videos, or other videos that are there. I also post the textbook pages. There's the PDF of the lesson, and right here, this is the teacher edition. So this is just simply their book pages, and this has the answers. I also post links to Khan Academy, the videos and the practice and the articles. We're going to be diving in there just a little bit, and then the IXL. So everything that you need. Oh, and by the way, any other videos, like for example, this video here at the end, I made in response to a question a student had. It was number 20 in module 9.1. So sometimes those will pop up later after I've initially published the assignment. All right. So again, 3 parts: the textbook, Khan Academy, and IXL. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at the textbook. So this is 9.1. This is the online student edition, and you can go there yourself and you can see I have created a video that, if you haven't yet watched the video I created on the best ways to use the online student edition or the online textbook, will you please take a look at that? But I'll just hit them real quickly here. These examples are good things to look at, and every time you see a math on the spot icon, that means that there is a video explaining this example. Now again, this will be the same video for which I've put a link on Google Classroom, although I don't always put a link for every video, so you can watch these videos in context right here. And when you see these personal math trainers, well, that is something. I'll go ahead and click on it. Those are interactive problems. So if you look in the book, you'll see we have a problem here with a diameter of 11, and it asks you to find the circumference. When you click on the personal math trainer, it actually pulls up a problem. You notice it didn't do 11. Every student who pulls one up is going to get a different diameter, but they'll all give a diameter. They'll all ask about the circumference. And again, the video I created goes through all of these more in depth, but see that they can view an example. They can go step by step through the problem. If there's a video that goes with it, they can watch the video. And if they wanted to get out again to the textbook, they can do that. So I strongly encourage students to take advantage of the personal math trainer, because they can put the answer in and they can find out if it's correct. They can also get help with each of those problems. So if we go back real quick to Google Classroom and you see these are the problems, 3, 4, 8, 15, 19, and 20. Those are the problems that start with guided practice. So if you look, I'm saying here, okay, 3, they need to know how to find the circumference given a diameter. 4, they need to know how to find the circumference given the radius. And then we skip to, what was it, number 15? So on number 15, let's see, it's a word problem. So they're given the radius and asked to find the diameter and the circumference. I know I asked them to do one. I recognize this, number 19 and number 20. This is the one that I made a video on. So again, these problems they can work through on paper and check their answer. They also can pull up the Personal Math Trainer. And on the Personal Math Trainer, they will be doing these same types of problems. Now, they won't match exactly what's there, but as I work through, you can see that these are just the same types of problems that are in the textbook. In fact, if I even go, hey, recognize that, it's just a different version of that. So if they use the Personal Math Trainer, they can work through these problems either step by step. They can see an example worked out, and then they can try a new one. So the textbook is an awesome resource, and I have guided you again to not all the problems you should be doing in the textbook, but these are key types of problems that you should know how to do. All right, so that's how to use the textbook through your lesson. All right, so let's take a look then at Khan Academy. Again, these are links that would be on Google Classroom. Also, if students have signed up into their Khan Academy class or my Khan Academy class, as I've asked them to, then I also post all of these. All right, as you can see, out of the 33 students that I have assigned this to, all of my 7th graders, the numbers are rather small. Now, just to be fair, some of these videos, you have to watch the video from beginning to end to get credit for it. But when you are in Khan Academy, you can see that there are videos. So if I go ahead and click on the video, we could watch the video of Mr. Khan going through the parts of a circle. Or maybe we won't watch the video of Mr. Khan going through the parts of a circle. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, sometimes the internet is not the most reliable. Here we go. There we go.
Draw a circle and label the radius, diameter, center, and circumference. Let me draw a circle.
All right. So, anyways, you can, not sure if you heard that or not, but you can see that he will take you through in the video through instructions. All right. So also in Khan Academy, we have these things called articles. And the articles, it's kind of, it's much like notes when it comes up. So again, it works through what is a circle, what is the radius of a circle, but not only does it give them information, then it asks them to fill things in. All right, so which of the segments in the circle below is a radius? All right, so if we take a look at this circle, well, A and B are radii, and C is not, and I can check it. Awesome. Tells me that I did it correctly. All right, then it tells me what a diameter is, and it asks me what a diameter, and then tells me parts. So you can see these articles, they're really helpful because it's like interactive notes. It gives you the information, and then it asks you about the information. So those articles are actually one of my favorite things about Khan Academy because it teaches them and gives them practice. So we have the Khan Academy videos, we have the Khan Academy articles, and then we have the Khan Academy exercises. So the exercises are intended for the students to work on after they've watched the videos and maybe after they've worked through the articles. So the diameter of a circle is 10 units. What is the radius of the circle? So a radius is half of the diameter. So I'm going to put in 5 and I'm going to hit check and it tells me I got it correct. And then I'm going to go on to the next question. What is the radius and diameter of the following circle? Well, the radius is 16. And the diameter is twice that, which is 32. Again, I can go down and check. All right, and we could continue that process through. So I just wanted you to see, if you didn't know already, the value of Khan Academy, the videos that give instruction, the articles that give more instruction in written form plus practice, and then these exercises. There also are quizzes and tests in Khan Academy, which I may assign on occasion, but if I do assign any of those, they will count as practice. I will not be using Khan Academy for actual assessments. So we have the online textbook resources, we have the Khan Academy, and then finally our third and final one is IXL. All right, so IXL, again, I encourage you to watch the video specifically on IXL. I have it open already. I would have logged in, and this is the Learning in 7th Grade Math. Now, again, this is my teacher page. When students log in, when they go to this Learning tab, they will see recommendations, and there will be recommendations that IXL makes, and then there will be recommendations that are from your teacher. So these IXL recommendations are the ones down here that are based on if your student has done, oh, I actually have a student right here, Aaron. These recommendations are based on the student's taking of the diagnostic, and then right here is 2 skills suggested by your teacher. So actually, if I could pull up a 7th grade student, here's Julian. All right, he has not yet taken the diagnostic, so he doesn't have those IXL recommendations, but he does have these suggestions that I have made. All right, so when we're actually in the learning, let's go ahead and go back here, and let's go back to 7th grade. So I'm going to click on the 7th grade tab. You can see that I have all of these different skills. And by the way, your student is welcome at any time to work on any of these skills. They are not limited to what I recommend. They are not limited to what IXL recommends. So if you happen to know that your student is weak on something and you want them to practice, or for whatever reason, please don't assign math as a punishment. But if they need some extra practice and they say they have nothing to do, IXL is always a great option. You could just find anything in their grade level, or the next grade up, or the previous grade, and have them work on it. But these ones that are starred in yellow, these are the ones that I'm recommending. As you can see, this one goes with the lesson we've been working on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click it up here. And the first question, the radius of a circle is 2 yards. What is the circle's circumference? All right, well, the circumference is the radius times 2. So the answer would be 4 pi. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my calculator and do 4 times, and it said to use 3.14 for pi. And I'm going to put that in, and I get 12.56. And it didn't give me any instructions about rounding, so I'm going to put in 12.56 and submit it. And as you can see, my score jumped up to 10. All right, this time the diameter is 4. What is the circle's circumference? So I'm going to do it again. 4 times 3.14, because it told me to use 3.14 for pi, and I get the same answer, 12.56, of course, because it's the same thing I just did. All right, this time though they had given me the diameter, last time they gave me the radius. And as you can see, my score jumped up again. Now I have a score of 19. Now the goal is to get up to 80. Now these questions will continue to get more difficult as we go. All right, so now they've asked me for the area. Now I have to warn you, the first lesson we've done is only on circumference, but IXL combined circumference and area. So if I were doing this as the student and I hadn't done area yet, I could stop now, and this IXL lesson will actually be included with area as well. So if your student said, wait, we haven't learned this yet, that might be the case. It's not usually going to be the case, especially it's kind of ironic with IXL, because IXL of all of them takes all of these skills normally and breaks them down into small pieces. But in this case, for a circle, I only had the option to do circumference and area together. I did not have the option to do them separately. All right, so after they have taken advantage of that, by the way, these are all options. If you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of work for them to do all of that, they don't have to do all of that. They might be okay just working out of the textbook. That's what we normally would do. They might be okay just working on Khan. They might be okay just working on IXL, although I really don't encourage that. Again, because often IXL does not have as much of a variety as problems. If you're looking for which one gives the best variety of the types of problems, that would be the textbook. If you're looking for which one gives a complete instruction that takes you through with lots of practice, Khan does a great job of that with the videos, the notes, and the practice. If you're looking for an easy way to know if your student has achieved proficiency, IXL is awesome because you just know that number 80 is what we're going for. We're looking for that score of 80. And by the way, you can check at any time how your student has done. There's a learning tab, a diagnostic tab, and this analytics tab. I'm not going to pull it up because I don't want to show any student results here, but you as a parent can go into your student's account, and in analytics you can see the time they've spent, the skills they've worked on, and what those scores are. Again, that magic score of 80 is proficiency. A maximum score of 100. 100 doesn't mean they got 100%. It means they have worked through every type of problem and gotten every type of problem correct. So they have mastered it by getting a score of 100. All right. Well, one last thing. At the end of the lesson, after they've worked through all that practice, then there will be the skill quiz. So this is the first skill quiz that I created. This is what they look like. These skill quizzes will be found again. I will post them in Google Classroom. If we go back to Google Classroom, you'll see right here we have DL assessment. So what I'm on right now is this skill quiz right here. All right. So at the end of every lesson, I will have a skill quiz, and these problems are going to be based on what they've done. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. The main source I look at when I'm building these quizzes is the textbook. Specifically, I'm going to look at what were those key problems that I assigned. And if you look, here's number 19. This is one of those problems that I said you know how to do. And take a look right here in the skill quiz. There's one just like it. All right, the textbook one had a diameter of what? 63 feet. On the skill quiz, we have a diameter of 42 feet. But other than that, it's the exact same problem. Now, not everything will be coming from the textbook. I may pull some stuff from Khan Academy. I may pull some stuff from IXL. But if they've done that practice, then it really should be reflected in these scores. Now, there's only 5 questions. There were 2 points each, giving a total of 10. So if they mess up on 1, they drop down to 8. They mess up on 2, they drop down to 6. So that's why I am making 2 versions available every time, because maybe they worked really hard and they just made a couple small mistakes and now they got a 60%, and it seems like all that work they did has not paid off. So after they do it, they can see their score. I will be putting in comments. Again, I'm not going to pull up responses because I don't want you to be seeing what students have put in there. But when I notice certain problems that a lot of students have missed, I will be putting comments into students on what their mistakes might have been, or even creating videos. I've already created 2 videos today for a couple of these problems. And students can see when they look at their quiz what they've done. And then the idea would be they would go over their mistakes, and the second version of the quiz will be very similar to the first one. And when all that is done, and hopefully they've shown proficiency on that, they're ready for the next lesson. All right, well, I hope that helps you understand how a lesson should work, and I hope that this is a successful experience both for students and parents. Thanks for watching. Bye.